Welcome into Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee. It's the show that highlights Giles, Lawrence, and Maury counties from the pages of your local newspapers. I'm Scott Stewart, publisher of your local newspapers, the Pulaski Citizen, Main Street Maury, and Lawrence County Advocate. Here's a few events you'll find in this week's editions of your local newspaper. In Lawrence County, as we told you last week, the Feeding Lawco Initiative will have a drive-through and walk-up fund distribution Saturday at First Baptist Church right there on Springer Road from 9 a.m. until noon or until the food's gone. The Maury County holiday at the Lodge in the Southern Springs Del Webb community is Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The fourth annual event includes artisan crafts, gifts, decor, and more. More information is available there at Main Street Maury Community Calendar this week. In Giles County, Star Theater will present the Nutcracker December 5th, 6th, 7th, and 12th. See the Pulaski Citizen briefs this week for more times and ticket information. We'd love to get you a copy of your local newspaper every week delivered to your mailbox with a subscription. And here's how to get your subscription started now. Call 931-363-3544. Or you can call 615-452-4940. Or you can call 931-762-1726. Or visit PulaskiCitizen.com, MainStreetMaury.com, LawrenceCountyAdvocate.net. Any of those numbers, any of those websites to find out everything you need to know for an online traditional subscription to any of our papers or websites. Okay, Andrew, Chandler, Maurice, and yours truly will be along in just a few minutes with our weekly wraps from your local newspapers. So we're just going to go ahead and get those wraps started right now. The Lawrence County Advocate Wrap starts this week with local individuals and groups providing for families facing food insecurity during the recent government shutdown. Sandy Mashburn lets us know how we can help at the top of A1. Also on A1, Lawrence County High School Band will be headed to Gatlinburg to perform in the 50th Annual Fantasy of Lights Christmas Parade, December the 5th. Finally on A1, Etheridge Elementary paid tribute to young Bo Yoakum, who was posthumously recognized as the school's Student of the Month for October. The honor took place at the Lawrence County Board of Education meeting in October. Inside Carrie Staggs shares the results from the Battle of Highway 43 welding competition between local schools. November 24th is the deadline to register for the annual Leoma Baptist Church Community Thanksgiving Meal. We've got an ad this week highlighting hiring efforts at Magna. The Saturday free lunch schedule for November and December has been released. The shelter has announced their needs for November. The Maury Regional Group has added Lawrenceburg providers. SDRHS Dr. Brian Cole offers answers to questions about diabetes. Henry Beckman writes about fall this week. And the Lawrenceburg Public School has released its first quarter honor roll. Man, there's a whole lot more to see in the Lawrence County Advocate this week and every week, including local obituaries, local community announcements, government notices, auctions and estate sales, 2 pages of puzzles and comics, the local weather from Tennessee Valley Weather, and the local church directory. And that's it for this week's Lawrence County Advocate. We'll be right back right after this.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily, as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Not
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Is your internet slowing you down? Well, it's time for an upgrade. Unleash the speed you need at home or at work with CPWS Internet. You can get speeds up to 1 gig for as low as $70 a month. No contracts, no hassle, just pure, powerful internet. Give us a call today at 931-375-7777 to order. Local service, local support, CPWS.
Hello, Maury County. I'm your Main Street Maury reporter, Andrew Pearson, and this is the news from our November 12th issue. On Saturday night, I pushed my way through the crowd to a decent spot where I could take the photo at the top of our front page, the lighting of the Feastmas tree on the Columbia Square. Apparently, the city of Columbia is a department store that can't even wait till Black Friday to throw up the Christmas decorations. Another reason I'm glad to be Catholic. We're not even supposed to fool with the decorations till Christmas Eve. Anyway, the city of Columbia has started installing 12 tornado sirens across the city. The project was funded by a $420,000 grant from the Regional Development District. The sirens will warn places including the fire stations, some large parks, and the more far-flung subdivisions. The Farm Bureau took 1,000 fourth graders to the country classroom at the UT Ag Extension campus on October 21st. The kids learned about the day-to-day life of a farmer and some details about specific tasks like beekeeping and dairy farming. Volunteers with Sleep in Heavenly Peace have built 150 beds in 2025, and they're still seeking to give away the remaining 50. The charity builds and gives away beds to kids who don't have one of their own, and they make the application process easy on their website. Look up Sleep in Heavenly Peace online for more information if you know a child in need of a warm, sturdy bed of their own. And finally, Spring Hill extended its deadline for development applications. The ongoing moratorium on new sewer connections has put a functional pause on development, which prompted the city to give them more time to complete their application steps. In our other news, the city of Columbia is promoting No Trash November to combat littering. The UT Extension Service, advertised some of their upcoming classes on page A2. Maury Regional has hired 2 doctors and a nurse practitioner for their upcoming Lawrence County Health Center branch. A former Maury County Sheriff's deputy has been convicted of raping an 11-year-old girl. The Spring Hill Historical Society brought together 7 former mayors to talk about their time leading the city. 2 teachers from Maury County have been appointed to a state education consulting committee, and Woodard Elementary has been ranked as one of the top 40% of schools in Tennessee. Anyway, that's the A-section news for this week. Thank you for tuning into Main Street Maury's Wrap. Next up is coverage of our B section, full of sports news, op-eds, classifieds, puzzles, and more. And thank you once again for giving your attention and your dollar to local journalism. Hello, I'm Andrew Pearson with Main Street Maury, and I'm here with Mr. Dale Winston Riggs, a veteran of the Korean War and the second man to put his signature on the petition for the Korean War monument that now stands in Washington, D.C. Mr. Riggs, how old were you when you enlisted?
I enlisted at 16 and I was sworn in at 17, my birthday, 21st of December, 50.
And that was the year the Korean War began?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It began the day I graduated from high school, 25th of June.
Wow. What was, in what capacity did you serve, sir? What were your jobs?
I was a medic at a rifle company.
Your daughter said that you passed a number of tests, that you qualified as a rifleman yourself.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, everyone enlisted. As soon as you go in the service, you're automatically an infantryman. And then they just parcel you, just put you in tanks, something like the headquarters. They put me in as a medic. The only reason they put me in as a medic, on my resume, when I wrote down, they asked what I'd done in civilian life. And I told all the different jobs and everything. One of my jobs is driving the local veterinary around to his call.
And that was enough to make you a medic back in the day.
Yeah.
Excellent. What were some memorable things that you did or that you saw in the Korean War?
You got to remember, it was right after World War II. So the only old people that were the career soldiers, and then it was just filled up all draftees, and the average age was under 19. It filled it. So the sergeants and above, they were God. Jesus, right. When they told you to sit and sit, you did.
Because they were veterans of World War II.
Yeah.
Yes. What about the incident that earned you your Purple Heart later?
Well,
What happened there, sir?
fragmentations, concussion. See, nothing but really an artillery war at first. Jesus, we were under artillery fire 24 hours a day, back and forth. The only reason, and then when you get a relief, they'd send you back 25 or 30 miles back in the rear, 3-4 days to rest or whatever they call it. But once we found out there was a beer hall, forget it.
And a mortar landed near you?
Huh?
A mortar landed near you, and that was what earned you a Purple Heart?
Well, concussion. And then years later, all these little pinpricks on my neck and back and arms, they started digging it out. They're little pieces of the shrapnel, is what it was. Been there for 30, 40 years. And then all at once, it just started popping out.
How many years did you serve, sir?
3 years and 4 days.
That was the duration
I
of the
would
war.
have stayed in for life. But when it come time for re-enlistment, my buddy and I was just, and they had him over in the corner, and we were talking. And this guy gave me a line of shit, says, "Hey, Jerry, what do they tell you? What are they going to do with you?" He says, "Well, I just re-enlisted." A few minutes later, I says, "Where are you going, Jerry?" He says, "The bastard screwed me. I'm staying here to train recruits." So I looked at the guy and I says, "That's you got in mind, well, he's a stick it, boy." I should have enlisted. I loved it. Every kid should serve 3 years. It'll either make or break you as a man.
And, what did you do after you got out, sir?
When I get out of the service,
Yes, sir.
well, they were just building the St. Lawrence Seaway up in northern New York, so I went to work there. I wound up as a chief of party for instruments and rodman and everything. And then after that, we built a plant for Reynolds and metal, and I transferred down to Bedford, Indiana. Then down from Indiana, I come down to here.
Did you come here to work in the General Motors plant?
Huh?
Did you come to Spring Hill to work in the General Motors plant?
Once I left, I started in Messina in General Motors, and I stayed there. I'd have been there for life, except we were in a mess hall one day, and me and the cadre was overeating, and a bunch of recruits just sitting there complaining and whining, and I said, "Oh, Jesus Christ." So me and my buddy, we just told them, forget it, we get out. I wish I'd have stayed, but it was a good life. I tell you, they should have compulsory service again today.
Your daughter said that you were asked to be one of the guards at the Tomb of the Unknown
geez,
Soldier.
Yes. Have you ever seen them?
A long time ago. Haven't been back since.
It's for life. You can't smoke, drink, or do. You have to be. You're supposed to be the epitome of the perfect soldier. So I got to hand to them guys. They done it. I walked there for a while. Oh, that's a one hell of a job. I mean, you have to be perfect. You can't be anything wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you all for listening. This has been Main Street Maury. I'm Andrew Pearson. I'd like to thank Mr. Dale Winston Riggs for his time today and for giving me an interview, and Ms. Brooks Smotherman, his daughter, for setting it up. Anyway, Hope you all enjoyed this, and thank you again.
Is your internet slowing you down? Well, it's time for an upgrade. Unleash the speed you need at home or at work with CPWS Internet. You can get speeds up to 1 gig for as low as $70 a month. No contracts, no hassle, just pure, powerful internet. Give us a call today at 931-375-7777 to order. Local service, local support, CPWS.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
This is Chandler Harmon bringing you this week's Pulaski Citizen Wrap. And we'll start this week with our Citizen Spotlight, Ashanta Reisner Peebles. Her photo graces a spot of honor at the top and center of our front page. Also on A1, the Giles County Commission will consider applying for a historic development grant on Monday, November 17th to help fund the renovation of the courthouse. The proposed $1,500,000 renovation would be covered up to $500,000 from the grant, with the county paying the remainder. This is part of ongoing efforts, with the commission already having approved $8.5 million in renovations for electrical, mechanical, structural, and life safety systems. The Giles County Regional Planning Commission discussed enhancing subdivision standards after a commissioner raised their concerns about properties changing from agricultural to industrial use in areas that it would be detrimental. Elkton's third annual Magic Christmas tree lighting will be held Friday, December 5th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Elkton Fire Department. The tinsel trail will also be lit and remain lit through January 5th, 2026. Giles County Fire and Rescue held a successful tractor pull in partnership with the Mid-South Poolers Association at Linville City Park on October 11th. OEM Chief Josh Young reported a profit of about $25,000, which factored in $8,000 in park upgrades. Oreo is this week's GCHA Pet Corner Pet of the Week. And as always, the Pulaski Citizen has court dockets, obituaries, community briefs, government public notices, church directory, backward glances, property transfers, fun and games, Tennessee Valley weather, and church briefs. Well, that's it for us. We'll be right back after this.
Is your internet slowing you down? Well, it's time for an upgrade. Unleash the speed you need at home or at work with CPWS Internet. You can get speeds up to 1 gig for as low as $70 a month. No contracts, no hassle, just pure, powerful internet. Give us a call today at 931-375-7777 to order. Local service, local support, CPWS.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Hey, I'm Maurice Patton, sports editor for the Pulaski Citizen, the Lawrence County Advocate, and Main Street Maury. Our November 12th print editions will get you caught up on high school football as we swung into playoff action this past weekend. Let's start with the Pulaski Citizen, where Richland picked up its sixth win of the season at Wayne Hobbs Stadium, defeating Collinwood 48-13 in the opening round of the Class 1A state playoffs. We've got coverage from that. Also got a nice piece, well, if I do say so myself, a nice piece on Giles County senior running back linebacker Pearson Collier, who has been on a tear since returning from a partially torn knee ligament that he sustained during the preseason. See what he's been up to here over the last few weeks for the Bobcats as they get ready for their second round playoff matchup later this week. We've also got playoff brackets from both Class 1A and Class 3A updated through this past weekend's results. And we've got contributions from outdoors writer extraordinaire Larry Woody, as well as Mostradamus's predictions for the second round of the state playoffs. All of that in the print edition of the November 12th Pulaski Citizen. In the Lawrence County Advocate, Lawrence County's football team went on the road over into the Eastern Time Zone, picked up a big win over at Ray County as the number 4 seed coming out of Region 4-5A. They move on. We've got coverage of that. We've also, again, got the updated 5A bracket to tell you where Lawrence County is headed next, because they are headed back on the road. We've also got, again, contributions from Larry Woody, and we've got Mostradamus's predictions for the second round of the state football playoffs. In this week's Main Street Maury, the November 12th edition, a lot of football. Start with Columbia Central. Got a record-setting performance from their junior quarterback Daniel Booker as they rushed for a total of 685 yards in a 70-42 win over visiting East Hamilton to open Class 5A state playoff action. We've got coverage of that. We've also got coverage of Mount Pleasant blanking East Hickman, defeating the Eagles for the second time in about 4 weeks. This one gets the Tigers moving down the line in the Class 2A state playoffs. Also, Spring Hill was coasting until they weren't, but the Raiders pulled out a 41-34 win over visiting White House. Check out how they got there as they move on in Class 4A state playoff action. And neophyte Battle Creek had their hands full with a perennial state title contending Pearl Cone to open Class 4A playoff action. It didn't go well for the Grizzlies. We'll let you see just, unfortunately, how tough it was for Battle Creek this past weekend in this week's print edition of Main Street. Finally, Independence picks up a double overtime win to open 6A play up at Clarksville. We've got all the details from that one as well in this week's edition of Main Street Maury. We've got coverage of Independence's boys picking up their first state cross-country championship. Columbia Academy's girls finishing second after a championship finish a year ago. Among other things from cross-country down in Memphis this past week. All of that in the print edition of Main Street Maury that's on the stands right now, as well as football state playoff brackets for Class 2A, 4A, 5A, and 6A. See where your favorite team is headed this coming weekend. Larry Woody contributions, Mostradamus predictions. That's going to do it from Southern Middle Tennessee Sports. I'm Maurice Patton. We'll see y'all next week.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
Well, good Wednesday morning. Taylor Plott here. Quick update on your forecast. Starting off the morning, maybe some clouds and some fog around, but once we get into your afternoon hours, looking at a lot of sunshine across the area. Temperatures getting into the 60s once again, which will be a very nice change. Temperatures still hanging on to the 50s as we go into your evening hours, maybe some upper 40s, so we need that light jacket on hand for any of those evening plans going into your Wednesday evening. And then once we get into your Thursday morning, starting off the day in the 30s to near 40 degrees across the area with a lot more sunshine for your Thursday. 7-day forecast looks like this. The dry stretch of weather continues over the next several days, but once we get into the end of the weekend and over next week, we do have more showers and even some thunderstorms by the time we hit Tuesday. Temperatures on Saturday getting into the middle 70s, and then we'll drop back down into the 60s once we get into next week.
Hey, that's it for Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee this week. Make sure you get a copy of your local newspaper so that you don't miss a minute or a second of the coverage that we have lined up for you all across Southern Middle Tennessee. For more information on subscribing to any of our local newspapers, you can visit one website, and one website will do it all. That is MainStreetMediaTN.com. That's MainStreetMediaTN.com. And again, we thank you for trusting us as your source for local news, information, sports, and more. And good Lord willing, we're going to be right back here next week on Mornings on Main Street, Southern Middle Tennessee.
Piggly Wiggly, located in Neely's Mill Shopping Center, is Columbia's locally owned and operated Cost Plus 10 grocery store dedicated to serving the community with low prices and smiling faces. Piggly Wiggly offers fresh, hand-cut meats daily as well as daily hot plate lunches from their deli counter. You're certain to see smiling faces and a helping hand when you're here at Piggly Wiggly. Come by and check out our fresh produce, high-quality meats, and more. Down home, down the street, we'll see you at the Pig.
Busy bee, yeah, busy bee. If you need
Hold on, y'all, hold on. I need to make a call. Hey, this is Brianna with Busy Bee. I'm giving you a call to let you know your technician is on his way.
833.
Bee, oh, busy bee. Guys, not yet. Not yet.
Busy bee, oh,
Now
busy
ready,
bee.
guys.
Call 775-7833.
Is your internet slowing you down? Well, it's time for an upgrade. Unleash the speed you need at home or at work with CPWS Internet. You can get speeds up to 1 gig for as low as $70 a month. No contracts, no hassle, just pure, powerful internet. Give us a call today at 931-375-7777 to order. Local service, local support, CPWS.